Welcome back to another B.M.B podcast. It's April 5th, 2018, and my name is BJ.
My name's Mike.
And I'm the one and only Brian.
All right. All you podcasters out there, we had a poll question on our Facebook fan page, and the question was, in what age range did you have your first French kiss? Was it age range from 10 to 15 or 15 to 40? You know, if you're 40, you're a late bloomer. But we have 67% ages 10 to 15 have voted, and only 33% from 15 to 40. So it looks like everybody was getting that tongue action at a young age.
Yes, I'm pretty guilty of that.
I know that there's always that somebody in your lifetime that has gave you women advice. So I want to ask you fellas, who was the person you guys went to for that woman advice, to how to be a player?
Oh, man. Well, I come from a single family, raised by my mom. So, it's really hard to go to your mom for advice about a girl, Kind of had to learn on my own, and probably the bad way, from friends, and trust their advice, and it was always the wrong advice. So I learned the hard way about girls all the time. Never had that figure that I always went to just to get advice about them. Wish I did.
So you never had that one friend who was like getting all the girls and was like asking him like, how the hell do you do that?
That was somewhat. I don't want to sound like I'm bragging, but that was like me to some degree. But I just wasn't good with them once I got them, or I didn't know. I wasn't all that smooth. It was easy to grab them and get them to like me, but to keep them and all that type of stuff like that was a little rough. What
about you, Brian?
Actually, my dad, Pop would give me some advice, man, and to this day I still hold it deeply inside. He basically told me two things: you respect a woman no matter what, and number two is you never lay a hand on a woman. Yep. And he just said that's all you do, man. He goes, a true gentleman will get rewarded in any way. He said, Brian, whatever you do, you never cross that line. You never touch a woman. And I said, absolutely, Pop. And to this day, it's paid off. And the way him and my mom were until he passed away, it was a beautiful thing. He basically, that was his queen. And when my mom was down, the one thing I always learned about my dad was he would always keep her head up. And even though I asked him back in the day, I go, Pop, when your mom got married, what was your guys' wedding song? He said Marvin Gaye, Let's Get It On. And my mom said, that's full of shit. It wasn't even that, So Pop gave me some advice, and then my sister gave me a lot of advice too, because at the time, I ain't gonna lie, I was scared to talk to women, dude. At the time, I was a little fat kid, and Chocolate Thunder was my nickname, and I didn't know what to say. So my sister basically gave me some advice too, growing up when I got a little bit taller and I lost all that baby fat, and it's paid off. It's just, no matter what, it's like I was blessed from my dad, and definitely thankful with my sister, because man, that when you're on the phone and everything, it's kind of like, what do I do, And but it was cool. I'm thankful for what I've saw in my life, and I'm thankful that before my dad passed, the way he basically just was with my mom, and vice versa. That was true love, in my opinion.
That's cool, man. My dad didn't give me no damn advice. He pretty much left me on my own. But me, I was a late bloomer. I was a super shy kid. Probably, it's funny, when I was in like elementary, I love me some women. I would tell them. I would write them notes. I remember in second grade, some kid dared me to kiss this girl's leg, and I did, and she told the teacher, so I had to sit in front of the chalkboard for like the rest of the class.
You didn't have to put on the board, I will not kiss leg.
Nah,
kiss leg.
Not like the beginning of The Simpsons. Now I had to keep writing sentences over and over again. But yeah, I guess until I hit puberty, which is junior high, pretty much when everybody gets all these little feelings down there, I got super shy all of a sudden. So I was like scared to talk to girls, didn't know what to say on the phone, things like that. So even throughout high school, I was to myself, didn't say much. So one of my friends, we're not good friends anymore, but one of my good friends back in the day was George, and that's one guy who had no problem getting with women or know how to talk to them or whatever. So I would ask him advice about how do I talk, what things to say, when they say this, what the hell does that mean? Because it's kind of hard to read women sometimes. he was the first guy who actually gave me some advice of how to deal with women, how to get them to like you, and even how to dress. Because you know me, it was baggy pants and cowboy t-shirts. Had my Dion, cross colors, all that stuff. So I learned how to wear button ups. You know, some nice dress shoes or something. Just kind of dress to impress. But yeah, that was the first person that gave me advice, and it helped. Some helped, some didn't. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy nowadays. You're talking about talking on the phone and stuff, man. These kids don't even talk on the phone no more, man. I remember ranking up phone bills and talking on the phone forever, fighting with my sister, you know, and all that stuff going back and forth.
And you remember, dude, we didn't have caller ID either. So when the phone would ring, you would be like, you don't know, I mean, you could be a salesperson. You're like, fuck, man. You know?
Everybody's screaming from all corners of the house. Who is it? Who is it?
Who's it for? You know? And then, like, you get the best was growing up, too, man. When you grow up and you get that phone call, like, at 11 or 12 at night. And then you're like, oh, shit. You know? It was just like, oh, damn. The pop working swing shift and hello. And I'm like, oh, damn it. I didn't pick up the phone in time. You know, I mean, stuff like that.
You used to have to map it out, right? Remember, like, call me at 10 exactly. So, boom.
And then you say that, but then we fall asleep or whatever. You forget. I mean, and then obviously growing up, we had the pagers, man. So when you had a pager, that was the big. I mean, honestly, dude, I know it was just like everyone had one, but when you get that damn voicemail on your pager, you have to go to payphone.
Yep.
You know,
remember they used to text words through it. You know, like the first text messages was the letters and stuff.
I forgot how to do that.
Oh, I remember that vividly.
Yeah.
I think my code was like 93. That was just my code.
God, that's right.
Oh yeah, there was codes. That's right. I forgot about the codes.
Oh yeah, me too.
But you know what's messed up though, when you're on the phone talking to whoever you talk to for a long time, and then like your parents get on the phone, they start dialing. You're like, Dad, I'm on the phone. Hey, I'm on the phone. Yeah. Oh, you on the phone? Oh, I'm sorry.
Who you talking to?
or like one of your either your sister or your family members on the phone. Hey, pick up the beep. Pick up that beep. If that phone rings, pick it up. And then my dad and they would never pick up them damn beeps, and I'm like, oh man, shit. You know, I mean, stuff like that. That's the one thing I love about our growing up our age. Is, like I said, we didn't have social media.
No.
I mean, email just barely came out, you know, and it was just like I said, you had no caller ID. So if your phone rang, I mean, you had no clue it was calling you or anything, you know, and that was a trip, dude.
I think that was the excitement of it, though. You pick up the phone, you're like, I don't know who it is, so we'll see who it is when we pick up. Anticipation of who it is.
Oh,
so,
yeah, man.
Yeah. And then when it's somebody you don't like, you're like, shit. And then you go, it's for your sister. You're like, come here, it's phone for you. And you hang up.
I know, man. And Kelly, my sister and I, we used to fight all the time over the phone and everything, you know, and it was just, it was funny back in the day. We used to tattle telling each other, like, he's been on the phone for this long, or vice versa, you know, and it was just how it was.
Yeah.
That's when you always knew you had a bad girl that you should probably just, like, cut her when she had her own line. Because you knew that meant she was like, she always talked and all that stuff. Because I remember I was dating some girls or talking to some girls that were like, oh, call me anytime. I got my own line. And I was like, all right, cool. I never had that before. Didn't know anything about that, you know. But it went straight to her phone, in her room, you know.
Oh, shit. Funny, I remember my older sisters had their own line at one time. And my dad cut that out real quick. Real quick. Because the phone kept going off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, phone kept going off. So.
But I mean, you know, that's the one thing that we'll cherish, you know, because kids these days that haven't made. I mean, they got social media, they have everything. So it's kind of like, you know what? If you didn't have a pager growing up, you know, if you never used a payphone, it's kind of like, oh man, you missed out. Because even dying for that when it was 20 cents, 35 cents, or even collect calling. I mean, collect calling. Come on, man.
Yeah, you remember my mom would like drop me off at the mall or something. And,
hell yeah.
You know, I wouldn't have, money was everything. You know, you didn't have a job, so even like a quarter or like not even a quarter, a dime to make a phone call. You know, you're like, I don't got no money. You know, so like I would call my mom and it'd be like, would you accept a collect call from Mom? Come and pick me up.
Yep. Big time.
Work that system, man.
Collect call, yeah. These millennials are never gonna know about collect calling.
No.
Dial down the center, man. That's all.
Is there like any payphones left?
Once there's a couple of them, usually by gas stations and stuff. They're still there, but
I bet they're not 10 cents anymore though.
And then remember though too, we didn't have GPS, dude. So it's like how to get there. At Thomas Guide.
Shit. Flipping pages.
Hell yeah.
That was like one of my hidden things. You have those one things that you love that a lot of people don't know about.
Yeah.
And maps was my thing. I had fascination with maps.
Oh, okay.
Because my dad was a truck driver later on in his
right.
life, and he always had these maps, so I would look at them just to know where things are at, and I would just look at maps all night.
Nice.
Just the maps, just to see where things are at. Yeah, so that was my nerdy thing as a kid.
Well, no, because you remember too, like, where do you live at? And this is, back in the day, it was just like, okay, I live off of, let's say, I grew up in Canyon Lake, so I live in Lake Elsinore over here. So you got to make two lefts, make a right, and it's kind of like, all right, this is your address. Granted, MapQuest wasn't even around yet, but you would write the directions down, and then it's like mom or dad would take you, and then you get lost. And then it's kind of like your parents get upset because they're lost, and you're just like, shit, and let's say the party started at 6, shit ends at 10 o'clock because obviously, it's just that's how it was, code 4 or whoever, it's
Code
just
4.
like, damn, man. And I mean, I'll never forget one time, we go to a party, and I remember after a baseball game, and I remember I wrote down the directions, and of course I missed one turn somewhere in Lake Elsinore. Pop still took me there. We finally figured it out because we heard the loud music. Pop drops me off about, let's say, 9:15. Party's done at 9:30. I couldn't call, because I guess I forgot what happened, but I remember I couldn't call my dad because Pop did not have no cell phone, nothing. So I felt bad because he had to go all the way from Lake Elsinore to Canyon Lake. Call him up. It's like 9:45. Hey, Dad, you got to pick me up, man. He's just like, and I remember the whole drive after he picked me up, not one word, dude.
He was pissed, huh?
Yeah, he was pretty upset, man. I was just like, shit. Sorry, Pop.
Yeah, the good old maps. I remember I got lost coming back from Magic Mountain when I was 16.
That's easy to get lost, though.
Yeah, because I didn't understand those LA freeways at the time. And yeah, you can read the map, but I remember I was going up the coast, and the ocean was on the wrong side, like you're going north, upstate. And my friend Joe was in Patterson. He was knocked out, and he woke up. He's like, hey, BJ, shouldn't the ocean be on the other side? And I was like, what? I was like, oh, shit. He's like, you're going the wrong way. I was like, fuck. So I had to turn around and then figure out how to get back on the freeway and go towards the IE. So, yeah, back then you can get lost real easy with no GPS.
So then, obviously, we're talking about with the poll question and everything going. So, all right, we got the polls, the ages. So, B, I got to ask you, man, how old were you when you had your first actual kiss?
I was 11.
Damn.
Yeah, I was 11.
So is that French or just peck?
Nah, that was French. Peck was I think I was 8 when I had a little peck. But I don't know. If you count peck, do I count kindergarten behind the tree?
Damn,
after recess?
I mean, yeah, if you were trying to hide it, I think you knew what you were doing.
But it was a little peck. You're a little kid, you don't know. Yeah. But no, it was 11 when I had my first French kiss, though. I'll keep that girl nameless. I won't put it out there.
Oh, damn.
She might be listening one day.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you, Brian?
I was 14, man. 14.
Okay.
Yeah, I was 14 years old as an 8th grader. I was a late bloomer, because obviously I was so fat growing up, and then lost all the weight. So yeah, I was a big 1-4.
Well, that's around the age that most, I say, freshman year or 8th grade, people start having like their first major kissing like that.
What's funny though, man, is like afterwards, I remember my dad picks me up, and the first thing my pop told me is, "God damn, you smell like a freaking whorehouse." Because I had I spread all this, like a half a bottle of his cologne on, man. And then
was it red?
No, it was some Chanel that he got in Germany, and that was his favorite. And I used all of it. And I remember, he was so pissed, dude. But yeah, man, he was like, "God damn, you smell like a whore, bro. How much did you use?" And I'm like, 2 handfuls. He's like, "Oh,
2 handfuls,
dog." I didn't know, man. I was,
wow.
like I said.
Oh, that's so funny.
What about you, Mike?
First kiss was gotta be like 2nd grade with my neighbor. We were up in her room, and we were kissing in her closet. She was like a Mormon.
Hey, those Mormons are freaks. I'm letting you know.
Yeah, Amy Stokes. I remember her, man. Yeah, she not like we did anything else after that. It was just kissing in her closet, like 2 little kids. But
yeah,
first French kiss had to be a girl by the name of Misty.
Mm-hmm.
and it was a horrible situation. It was like all these kids were outside. It was basically like double, like everybody's like playing Truth or Dare.
Oh, it's like one of those.
Yeah, and I was the youngest kid out of all the cousins. One of our other cousins, BJ, lives down the street, so all our other friends were all there, and so they dared her to kiss me, and she was like older. So sure enough, I kissed her and stuff. So that was technically like my very first kiss, French kiss.
Oh shit! Look at you kissing older women, player.
Yeah.
Well, don't forget, people that listen to B.M.B, definitely fill out the poll question, and we'll reveal the final, I believe, next week.
You know what? I actually have it up for a month. Get on there and keep voting.
But we're going to switch it up a little bit right now. Obviously, we do it every week. Let's go with the music, boys. I mean, what's our music picks of the week? And we'll start with you, Mr. Robinson.
Yeah, I came across this song a couple days ago. Everybody knows about Young Ma. Ooh. Young Ma got a new song out called Practice. Not a game. Practice. It's pretty cool. Young Ma, for a female, she can spit. Dope song, like the beat, like the lyrics. So that's what I've been bumping. It's not an album, just a little single out right now, but that's something new that I've been listening to. And I'm hoping Young Ma comes out with a new album, because I kind of dig her. I know she's super dyke, but it's all good. She spits good music, good lyrics and everything. So I like Young Ma.
I'd have to go with Thundercat.
Oh shit! Hell yeah!
Thundercat.
Yeah, well, I went back and I was listening to that Drunk album over the weekend, and just sitting at the beach, just listening to that, and oh man, I just totally forgot how good that album was. I kind of listened to a couple of them, but this one I just let it play completely, and every single one was just funky. So many different instruments in there, and I didn't even know he used to be in the band Social Distortion.
What?
Yeah, I Wikipedia'd him, and he was in the punk band Social Distortion.
Whoa.
Yeah,
I would never thought.
But I listened to that, and I just was completely just liked every single thing that he did. Every single track was just great. What about you, Brian?
You know what, man? I just came across. I've been bumping it a little bit lately. I've been bumping Little Skies. It's called Nowadays.
Little Skies. What type of music?
It's some hip hop, little hip hop
Okay.
R&B mix.
Another rapper with the name Little on it. Huh?
Yeah, another little one on there. I've been bumping him, and I've been bumping some Dom Kennedy, man. Dom Kennedy's he's got it, man. Driving out there to Malibu and everything, bumping that. And B was like, "You ever heard of him?" And I'm like, "Nah, man, but I am now."
Oh yeah, Dom's great, man.
I like
Dom's
Dom.
cool. West Coast, baby.
So while we're talking about hip hop, I got a little game for us.
Uh-oh.
All right.
So basically, this one is going to be lyrics, hip hop lyrics. Is it hip hop or Shakespeare?
Whether I out, drop it like it's hot. Okay,
Yes.
you ready?
So here we go. Here's the first one. Then I hope this takes away from my sins. All right, we'll go with Brent. Do you think that's hip hop or do you think that's Shakespeare?
I'm gonna say hip hop.
Bri?
I'm gonna go Shakespeare.
Brent's got it. That's hip hop.
Damn.
That was Kanye West.
Yeah, I know that lyric.
Ah.
That was Jesus Walk, wasn't it?
You know what? I don't know the title.
I think so.
All right, here we go. The next one. Look around this manor, and all I see is ill-mannered people.
I'm gonna say Shakespeare.
Bri?
I'm gonna go Shakespeare.
Both of you guys are right. Shakespeare. Don't ask me what play that's from. Next one is I wonder why we take from our women.
Oh, that's hip hop.
I'm gonna go. I'll agree. I'm gonna go hip hop.
Yep, both right. Any guesses on who it is?
I wonder why we take from a woman. Thing from a
I'm gonna
woman.
say
Got
Big
a
L.
game from one nigga. What take from a woman without a name? Tupac.
Yep.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Come on, I'm a hip hop head.
There you go. There you go. All right, next one is to destroy the beauty from which one came.
To destroy the beauty, which one came?
Let's go Bri first.
Me?
Yep.
That's you, sir.
I'll go Shakespeare.
Shakespeare, huh?
Yeah, I'm saying Shakespeare too.
Both you guys wrong. Hip hop.
Aw.
Jay-Z.
Damn.
Jigga?
Jigga.
Damn him.
Yep. Over. All right, here we go. Next one. Men at some time are masters of their fates.
Shakespeare.
Shakespeare.
Yep, both of you guys right. God damn it.
Okay.
Next one is I was not born under a rhymeth planet.
A rhymeth planet. Hip hop?
Shakespeare.
Brian got it right with the Shakespeare.
That rhymeth, dog. I've never
Yeah,
heard
when I
that.
heard the rhymeth,
Yeah.
I was like, it threw me off. I was like, but he said rhyme though. I was like, hip hop.
All right, next one is my words fly up, my thoughts remain below.
I'm gonna say hip hop.
My words fly up. My words what?
My words fly up, my thoughts remain below.
I'm gonna say hip hop as well.
Both you guys wrong. Shakespeare.
Oh, damn.
Goddamn
Man,
it.
got a little deep right there.
I'm sucking right now.
What's the score right now?
The score right now
It is
is
tied.
4-4. Anyone
Oh,
can
yeah.
win.
Damn.
From the other side, what you see, a bunch of nonsense.
I got hip hop.
I'm gonna say hip hop.
All right, you guys are both right. Any guesses for a tiebreaker possibly for who that would be?
Say a lyric over again.
It's from the other side, what you see, a bunch of nonsense.
I have no clue. I'll throw a name out there. Common?
Nope.
I don't
Brian's Googling it right now.
Fuck you, dog. I actually was.
know. Cheater! Cheater!
I don't know, man.
Disqualified.
Lupe Fiasco.
I wouldn't
Oh,
have known
Lupe?
that anyways. Damn, I thought I had a chance, dog. Nah, I'm
All
good.
right, you guys are still
Disqualified.
tied. Still tied. I should take a point away from Brian.
Disqualified.
Yeah,
I know how he plays trivia games. Last and final one for the game winner. Men would rather use their broken records than their bare arms.
Oh, hip hop. I don't think they had records back in the day when Shakespeare came out. I'm gonna say hip hop.
I'm gonna go hip hop as well.
You guys are both wrong. Shakespeare.
What the hell? Shakespeare was
Records
DJing
doesn't
back in the day?
necessarily have to mean.
Hey.
I don't know what they mean by broken records.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a hip hop head. I'm thinking.
No, I understand though too. That kind of threw me off. That's why I left that one in there.
That's a good one though.
Yeah.
That's good.
So basically, you guys got a tie game.
We can have a tie like in hockey or something. You don't know.
And
Like
I
soccer.
don't got no shootouts. I got
No
shootout
shootouts.
questions.
Rapid fire.
Oh man. All right, so that wraps up sports. We should head over to movies, where I went to go see Ready Player One, and I was very happy with it. It wasn't exactly like the book, but I don't want to be that person. All the shortcuts and all the little things that they had to do to make it into a movie, I really enjoyed. I thought they did really good. In my opinion, it was just a little bit fast paced. If I didn't already know what was happening in the book, I might have been lost in the storyline.
How much was it off from the book and in the movie?
It was off a lot. Just cramming everything in is just way too hard. And then plus there's so many pop culture references that are there. If they would have strictly done 80s, they would have alienated so many different people. Mm-hmm. Where, like we would have loved it, but the younger kids wouldn't exactly understand. So they had to play to them too, and they had to put newer stuff inside also. So
was it a dope movie or no?
I enjoyed it. I know it's getting mixed reviews right now, but I enjoyed it.
Okay, I got to see it. I know you and Brian were talking about it last week or so.
Yeah. And then on that same nostalgia thing, I just found out that they're going to possibly do Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure 3.
Waterloo.
Wait. Okay, 2 was with like some young kids, right?
2 was with...
some different kids, right?
No, that was with them.
Are you Keanu was in 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian, I might need you here on a lifeline, but...
No,
Like
it was all of them, and then remember that.
George Carlin was in
Yeah,
there?
I was about to say that. Yeah, George Carlin was the guy.
George Carlin.
How about a bonus question? Alex Wiley's from what 1987 vampire movie?
What's the movie with
Jim Carrey.
Kiefer Sutherland? Kiefer Sutherland?
Yep.
Lost Boys.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Nanook. Yep, that was it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He's like one of the B characters. He's like one of the second vampires.
So Keanu goes from what's the damn popular movie he has out right now?
Oh, your guys' favorite one?
John Wick.
Yeah, John Wick going back to Bill and Ted.
Yeah, supposedly they're gonna try to write something and put something together.
Bill and Ted, excellent.
I think that's kind of funny for him to go back and do something completely silly after being like such a big A-lister.
Yeah, no, that's true. But no, he's what do they say? He doesn't spend like a lot of money. He kind of like downplays his celebrity. Like he doesn't go out being all flashy and stuff like that. And he does a lot for the community or stuff like that. So Keanu's he's pretty down to earth person. I heard, real cool brother.
I didn't know that about him.
Yeah, he does a lot. Like he doesn't spend all his money on bullshit.
Yeah, I got one for you because this is gonna lead up to B.
Uh-huh.
I got a burger for a cop.
A burger?
What movie's that from, man?
I don't know.
Here, eat my weed. Here, eat mine too. Here, eat my weed. The very first part, dude. Because they're making a sequel to that movie.
Is it Half Baked? No.
No.
Super Troopers.
Exactly.
Oh, sorry.
Snozberries taste like snozberries.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a minute, but yeah, Super Troopers 2 is coming out, which I'm happy for. But yeah, I haven't seen the first one in a long time. But when I saw 2 was coming out, I was like, okay, cool. Like I didn't think they would ever make another Super Trooper because sometimes some movies it's just those one movies that come out and it's like a kind of a cult classic, and then there's no more of that movie. You wouldn't think a second one would come out. I thought Super Troopers would be that one. Now Super Troopers 2 coming out, and I think in another week or so. So that should be another funny, hilarious. I'm thinking they still have the same cast as it look like they do.
Oh yeah, all those guys are by. They're all together. Like how like people are in groups. They're called Broken. They're called Broken Lizard.
Yeah, Broken Lizard. Because they're also bringing up Beer Fest 2 is coming out.
I didn't know that.
Beer Fest 2. See?
I haven't seen one yet.
Yeah, Beer Fest was funny.
I loved Super Troopers. Oh my god, there wasn't a movie that made me laugh so much like back to back like that for like since Friday or something. Just solidly good movie.
Yeah, Super Troopers.
What about you, Brad? What you got on movies?
So coming up next week on HBO, there's gonna be two really good one's a movie, one's a documentary. The first one is Paterno, about Joe Paterno, played by obviously one of the greatest actors ever, Al Pacino. It's gonna talk about what went on. Basically,
I heard he was in Scarface, right?
Exactly, he was in Scarface.
Little throwback for you guys.
Yeah, man. So Paterno's gonna come out. And I guess from what I've been told, it's got like a lot of really good reviews. And that if you didn't know that's Pacino, you thought that would be Joe Paterno. So it looks really well. And then there's a documentary about Andre the Giant, the famous wrestler and everything. And I guess
that should be good.
Yeah, it's coming out on next Monday as well. So that's gonna be interesting. I mean, you get to really learn about the dude. Obviously, passing away in the early '90s, but I guess from what they talk about, Homeboy was just a party animal, and he can definitely handle his alcohol. And it's supposed to be a really good doc. So those are two that I would definitely check out. I mean, especially if you like documentaries and like real life stuff.
Yeah, if you're a big old wrestling fan in the '80s, Andre the Giant versus Hulk Hogan was the one match everybody wanted to see back in the day.
Can I get a spoiler alert? Who won?
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk?
Pounding.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Hulk, of course. Of course, it was planned that way.
Oh yeah. Right.
Sorry, kids. Wrestling's fake.
Don't break Brian's childhood dreams.
Don't let me get started on Santa Claus. But I'll leave that alone.
Oh.
I'll leave that alone. But we're going to get into a little sports action here, and talk a little bit about the March Madness, which is over now with Villanova smashing Michigan in the final game. Michigan didn't have a prayer. I picked Villanova to go to the finals to play Virginia, but Virginia got the ass kicked in the first round. So Villanova still went, and they smashed Michigan, won their second title in 3 years for Jay Wright. So Villanova's looking like one of those teams. They could become a dynasty if they keep recruiting good and getting to the finals and Final Fours every year. So the March Madness is officially over. Everybody's brackets were probably horrible by the end, but it was a lot of upsets in this March Madness. And another thing in sports I know is, I don't know if you guys heard the story, LeBron is suing Alabama for copyright infringement because LeBron has a show called Uninterrupted where it takes place in a barbershop. And players, coaches go in there and they just talk about things.
Is that like on YouTube or something?
I'm not sure if it's on YouTube or some. I don't know actually where it's aired at. But I guess Alabama came up with a new show called Shop Talk. and they're also in a barbershop, and it's coaches, and they're talking. So I guess LeBron has some kind of rights to shows that talk in barbershops, which there's been millions of shows in the past that people talk in barbershops. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think he has a case, but I think it's kind of petty that he's trying to sue Alabama for this. And the coach for the football team for Alabama, Nick Saban, commented on it, said that, LeBron's a good player, but, we like what we're doing here. I didn't know there was anybody would get offended by us doing something in the barbershop. We're just having fun, and we're going to continue to do it. So Alabama doesn't really care what LeBron has to say, and I guess LeBron's lawyers are going to try to do what they can do to stop Alabama from doing it. But I think it's a little petty on LeBron to want to sue over this little thing. Like, it kind of makes him look bad in my eyes. I don't know.
He needs some hair, dog. That's probably what it is.
No, well, I don't know why he's at the barbershop when he ain't got no hair to cut. I don't know why he's doing it in a barbershop. But I think it's kind of fucked up, though. He's being a little petty about that. I don't think he's going to win the case anyway, with what I heard. So, and also something that me and Brian probably happy about. We signed a DN this week. Coney Ely. We need some D help on that Cowboys line.
Yeah,
so we didn't get no big names like the Rams, but hey, we're getting some help on that D line. So yeah, but I know Brian's happy about his off-season accusation that he got, the Mr. Otani-san.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. So was this? Well, obviously the opening night for the Angels didn't go as planned. We lost, but the second game, Tuesday, the bats came alive, and Otani, man, hit the hell out of that ball, and he looks good, man. I mean, obviously you got to realize it's spring training. Spring training is just exhibition, and right now, homeboy looks clutch. He looks good, and he pitched a damn good game at Oakland on, I think it was Sunday of last week. I'm not sure. No, I take that back. It was last Saturday. He pitched a good game, struck out 8. So because remember, he's a two-way player. You don't see that since Babe Ruth. He really looks. He looks like the total package. I'm excited. He's kind of he's bringing a little bit more noise out to Angel Stadium because, as you fuckers say, it's the library. So it should be fun, man. It should be interesting this year, like I said, and we'll see how it goes.
How many people were on base?
He actually hit 2, so he hit a three-run jack.
Was it possible that it was almost a grand slam? It was almost a grand slam.
Grand slams when it's bases loaded.
No, I understand that, asshole. But another fellow Angel fan was bragging about how it was almost a grand slam. Like he almost. I don't know if there was did somebody not get on before him or something?
4 people on base.
How that person must. How is going to be almost a grand slam? Either it is or it's not.
Yeah, he was just telling me. He's like, oh, he almost hit a grand slam. Maybe he was just saying that just because there was 2 people on base.
Oh, well.
Because I was going to say, I wonder if there's ever been a pitcher first hit or first, because that was his first hit, period, right?
Yeah, actually it was.
Yeah.
No, I take that back. I know he went 3 for 4. He went 3 for 4 Tuesday. He looks like a stud, dude. I mean,
all right.
a lot of positive vibes over there and stuff. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, I've been talking about it for the last couple weeks, but we got the Masters right now.
Wait! I'm still crying over King, man, going over the fucking Broncos.
Oh man, that was crazy, man. Homeboy's got swag. He's a good punter.
I don't know. I can do without his little dancing at the end of all of them all the time, but I mean, really?
That's what made it fun, though, to have him do that.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a good leg. I don't know. I did see them sign a punter a month ago, and I was like, what about King? And now I know they released him. But he got picked up by the Broncos.
Yeah, now I gotta go see him dance on us now.
He's gonna be doing the Dougie on you guys.
Right.
That was a trip. I mean, supposedly I guess he never even met Gruden, and so I guess there's a little bit of a distance right there. So we'll see what's up with that. I mean, I just know that he was a clutch punter, man. He was definitely could put the ball where he wanted. I know sometimes when the opponents would talk shit to him about his dancing, it would bite you guys in the ass. So maybe that's a good thing. Who knows? But he goes to Denver. With thin air, he's gonna hit the shit out of that. He's gonna punt the shit out of that ball.
Mm-hmm. And plus, they play the Raiders twice a year in the division, so he'll be seeing you.
Oh yeah.
But back to those Masters, though, Brian. First day today. So what are we looking like? Who's leading right now? Who's your picks to win it? What's going on in the Masters?
Right now, what we're looking at is we have the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Jordan Spieth. He's at 6 under. We got Finau, but I guess he had a sprained ankle on Wednesday. Didn't know if he was going to make it, but he's making it. And then Mikey's boy, Matt Kuchar. They call him Cooch. And his dad is Big Cooch, what they say. So Kuchar is 4 under right
his mom
now.
was Big Cooch.
Yeah. And our boy, Mr. Tiger Woods, kicking the pot, 1 over right now. He looked good, though. He looked good for a little bit. Obviously, our biggest dunk is Mr. Sergio Garcia, 15th hole, 5 straight in the water. Basically, if you've seen the movie Tin Cup, then you know exactly what we're talking about.
5 times in the water.
5 times in the water.
Was he like 10 under now?
I don't know where he's at, man, but he definitely he's choking right now. He's the reigning champ, so
Wow.
he's 9 over right now as we speak, boys.
Woo, man, he's not making the cut.
I don't think so. He's got a lot to make up. So
That's a lot of ground.
yeah.
Nah, I see Rory in the mix a little bit. You know, some names. Phil Mickelson actually had a good round.
He's won it a couple times.
Lefty, you know, Ricky Fowler's right there. VJ Singh.
No, he's too old.
Oh, he's too old, huh?
But my boy Freddie, man, tied for 21st. Even that's Mike's homie too.
Yeah.
Couples.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. But just to see Tiger back, it's making it fun. I mean, if you can make it past the cut, dude, then no matter what, Sundays at Augusta, anything could happen. We've learned that so many times. No lead is safe at Augusta, especially when you get to Amen Corner, dude. All hell breaks loose.
So you guys want to do a little friendly beer bet and pick somebody and then see whoever gets the highest?
Absolutely.
Buys rounds?
Let's do it.
I'll pick a player.
All right, yeah.
I'm going to go with the man who's nearby, Mr. Ricky Fowler from Marietta.
Oh.
I'm picking Mr. Ricky Fowler. What you got
Right. Who are you going to pick,
Why you gotta
Brian?
be me? I'm not M.
All right, so me. I'll go with the Coocher.
Oh, Cooch, huh? Not Big Cooch? Little Cooch?
Little Cooch.
Okay.
I'm going to go with, because I went with him last year, I'm going to go with Justin Rose.
Mr. Rose? Where's Rose at right now?
He's even right now. He's tied for 21st.
Oh, yeah, I was looking for him. I'm like, damn.
Oh, well, we got 3 more rounds. They can have a hot round, make it back.
Dude, I'm going to give you guys another one to pick.
It's like a wild card?
Yeah, because this is beer.
Oh, because this is fair. I will go with.
God damn, Fred Couples is even?
That's what I'm talking about.
I know him, but I always have a hard time pronouncing his name. Louis.
Oosthuizen?
Yes.
Shrek. You're going to go with Shrek. Okay.
Oh, okay. Shrek.
Wow.
We're going with him. That's my second guy.
Something tells me I want to go with Fleetwood just to fuck with Brian.
You can go your own way. So you don't want to go with Sergio, man? He's only 9 over.
Only.
Yeah.
I'd rather go with Couples than that.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna do Fleetwood. Screw it. I'm gonna follow him.
Damn, you guys ain't picking this fool. I'm going to pick him anyways, only because he's the man. I'm going to go with Jordan Spieth.
Oh, this guy. Okay. We'll see by Sunday.
See who's buying who beers.
Yeah. You know by the next podcast who won. So.
So the closest one to
easily.
the closest one to the final leaderboard, that's how you're going to win it. So
Okay.
we'll see how that goes. But yeah, it should be interesting, man. Like I said, keep your eyes Sunday, because Sundays at Augusta, a lot of shit goes down and nothing's ever safe.
You can hit the ball in the water 5 times.
Yeah, you're gonna hit the ball in the water 5 times, man. So it's gonna be interesting beyond. And as we know, the final NBA season's almost done, isn't it?
Yeah, it's. I think got 1 more week left. About 3 to 4 games left in the season. Big news today: Kyrie Irving knee surgery, out 4 to 5 months.
Damn.
So those finals hopes for Boston is out the window. Toronto is the number 1 seed right now, but they seem they can't beat Cleveland in the regular season. So I'm thinking Cleveland's gonna go back to the finals and probably face either Houston or Golden State in the finals. So tough luck. Boston lost Gordon Hayward hurt. Now you got Kyrie Irving hurt. So no luck of the Irish for the Celtics this year. So they just got to wait for next year to get everybody back healthy and see if they can make another run to try to make the finals. If LeBron's still in the East, he could be on the West Coast. We'll see.
Well, it's about that time, boys, for our picks.
All right. My pick of the week, something I picked up today. To do a podcast, you got to have the right equipment. And I picked up a mic called the Samsung Meteor mic. Good reviews, good sound. And it's pretty cheap. It only costs $69. It's not a $400 microphone or whatnot. But for the job we're doing, if you want to get into podcasting, if you want to start up, get this mic, a Samsung Meteor mic for podcasting, and you'll be impressed with it, and it does the job that it needs to do. So that's my pick.
Smooth.
I sound smooth. And welcome to the jazz section of the show. My name is BJ. Yeah, so the mic sounds good, so pick it up if you want to get into podcasting or streaming or anything.
Well, I guess I'll take this next one. It is a show on Netflix by the name of Nordsman. It is kind of like The Office, kind of like a really stupid comedy, but it's set in like a Viking age. So it just goes around about like a Viking town and stuff like that, and they're just pillaging and taking over, and then it's just so funny and stupid, but it's like, I don't know, I just love it. It's kind of like dry humor, but it's like one of the funniest shows, in my opinion. But that's one of my picks. And they just got picked up for season 2, so you won't, if you've watched season 1 and you liked it, you can always watch season 2 once it comes out.
Mr. Brian?
So basically, I mean, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but like I'm real avid about body spray. I got like, I think like 60 bottles. Because, you know, you go shower, we go body wash, you go lotion, and then you got to go body spray before the cologne. That's just rule number 7. So basically, love me some body sprays, and then just discovered at Bath and Body Works, they have their own brand. There's one called Ocean. Smells fucking phenomenal. Towards the ocean, but it definitely smells really good, so it's called Ocean. So I would definitely check it out. It's really good.
You're the only person that I know that actually buys or has bought Axe body spray.
Axe?
I have not had bought Axe body spray, man, since I was in my 20s.
Yeah, but you had it.
I had it because I was like,
I
I didn't know what the hell it was, and I'm like, what is this? So I tried it out, you know, it's like, But, you know, no, I mean, body spray is definitely a lifesaver, especially if you, you know, absolutely. And then I said, I noticed Bath and Body Works had it, and I'm like, you know what, let's see what's going on. They got really good plugins anyway, so I recommend it. They got good body wash as well, same exact Ocean. I would check it out. It smells phenomenal.
I remember back in the day with Bath and Body Works, you go to the store or whatever, there was a body spray called like Mountain Breeze or something like that, and I would buy it because I think it was like 19 or something. I didn't really use cologne too much back then, so I just used I think it was like Mountain Breeze spray. I'll just spray it on me because when you go in there, they got the little section for men.
Yeah, little.
And then everything else is all women.
Little.
All fruity, you know, all the smells you go in there, but they got the little tiny section for men, so I would go in there and get my little body spray, try to smell fresh.
And then, I mean, honestly, a sad pick of the week, it's really sad actually, too, because we grew up going to this place all the time when your parents would take you or whatever.
Yeah.
You got to say goodbye to Toys R Us. It's one of my favorite stores growing up. I met the damn giraffe. Jeffrey. You know, and I always crack up, what the fuck's up with that R? But it just sucks, man, because I took my kids there, and now that it's no longer going to be there anymore, it's kind of like all these toy stores are going away. It's like at the mall, there was KB. You know, I mean, Target still is Target. You know, you got Amazon and stuff like
Walmart.
that. But it was just something about Toys R Us, man. That was just like, that was your place to go to. You want a game, you want some Legos, you know, you want some, you know, friggin' Voltron, some friggin' Transformers or stuff like that. You know, it's just, it sucks. I mean, I'm kind of bummed out because that was our store growing up, you know?
No, yeah, I mean, it was like a whole event to go there, you know, or like I remember my mom would be like, bribe me sometimes if I was good, I'd go and stuff, you know. My mom being a single mom, you know, it wasn't like I can go run in there and grab all this stuff, you know, but it was like, I remember that was a treat, you know, and I was like, oh, it's so big, and it was just like, where do you even begin, you know? It's like you can get like one thing and you're just like running up and down the aisles forever.
Toys R Us for us growing up was heaven, dude. That was, you know, I mean, I know there's Disneyland, there's Knott's, but for us as well, Toys R Us is up there, I think, in my opinion, because it was like once you go there, I mean, let's say your parents give you $20. It's like you don't know what you're gonna do with that $20 because there's so much that you want to get because they had everything, and it's just like the fact that they're gonna be gone, just it sucks, man. It sucks.
Yeah, I remember going in there and getting Nintendo games back in the day.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I was like, my dad would go in there and was all, yeah, okay, you can get a game. And you go in there and look at all the Nintendo games and pick one out. And, man, that store had everything. Then you go in there and you see everything else in there. You want everything else. And meet my dad. My dad be my dad. Boy, you only get one thing. so that's all I would get. But
would that even make it so much harder too? Because you knew it was just like, oh, it's so special. It's like, what game should I get? This one or this one? And we didn't have any like place to even review games or see games. You know, we had sometimes you had to buy it on site from the cover.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, it's true. Sometimes they would have a commercial about it, but yeah, you just go and you be like, "What is
Yeah,
this
that's
game?
right.
It looks cool from the cover. They have guns. I'll get it."
That
Or
was the
something
worst,
like
man.
that.
Like same thing
Yeah.
like a CD or something like that. You thought like one song is gonna be good, and the whole CD sucks.
Oh yeah, I've been there. Getting to the end of the show, and got to plug all these social medias things going on here. So review us on iTunes.
Please, please.
Check us out on iTunes and listen there and review us, follow us, subscribe. You can also follow us on Twitter at B.M.B Podcast 3, Instagram at B.M.B Podcast. Also, check us out on our website, bmbpodcast.podbean.com, and also go on our Facebook fan page where we also have that poll up still. Vote on that, follow us on there, and we'll be posting stuff about future podcasts so you guys can listen. With that being said, we see you guys in a week, and we out.
All right, see you guys. Thank you.